What an afternoon. I have missed this place, and I am blessed. And because in every valley, there is value. I know we are in a valley of COVID-19, but I pray that each one of us, those who are here in my online church, that you can get value in the valley we are. Let not this valley just just come and go. Let us get value from the valley. And I want us to share from the book of 1 Kings, chapter number 17, verse 1 to 16. We may not read all the verses. 1 Kings chapter 17, verse 1 to 16. This is the story of Elijah, the man of God, the prophet. And verse 1 says, Now Elijah the Tishbite, in Gilead, said to Ahab, As the Lord, the God of Israel, lives, whom I serve, there will be neither dew nor rain in the next few years, except at my word. Then the word of the Lord came to Elijah. Live here, turn eastward and hide in the Kerith ravine, east of the Jordan. You will drink from the brook, and have directed the ravens to supply you with food there. So he did what the Lord had told him. He went to the Kerith ravine, east of the Jordan, and stayed there. The ravens brought him bread and meat in the morning, and bread and meat in the evening. And he drank from the brook. Sometime later, the brook dried up because there had been no rain in the land. Then the word of the Lord came to him. Go at once to Zarephath in the region of Sidon and stay there. I have directed a widow there to supply you with food. So he went to Zarephath. When he came to the town gate, a widow was there gathering sticks. He called to her and asked, Would you bring me a little water in a jar so I may have a drink? As she was going to get it, he called, Bring me, please, a piece of bread. As surely as the Lord your God lives, she replied, I don't have any bread. Only a handful of flour in a jar and a little olive oil in a jug. I am gathering a few sticks to take home and make a meal for myself and my son, that we may eat it and die. Elijah said to her, Don't be afraid. Go home and do as you have said. But first, make a small loaf of bread for me from what you have and bring it to me. And then make something for yourself and your son. For this is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. The jar of flour will not be used up, and the jug of oil will not run dry, until the day the Lord sends rain on the land. She went away and did as Elijah had told her, so there was food every day for Elijah and for the woman and her family. Verse 16, for the jar of flour was not used up, and the jug of oil did not run dry. And I know that story of Elijah is a very common story. And I know we are in a time, the season we are. I'm imagining those who have been in the office, salary has been coming month in, month out. So your financial brook has not run dry. Those who have been in business, you've been thriving because work has been going on. There are people who are building their career and they had so many plans. Maybe by this time, they will be at a certain position. But the brook has dried. And I know you take many aspects of the brook, but the one I want us to focus on today is the financial brook. And I know it has affected many, many, many people. I want to imagine Elijah. Sometimes I think we'd say God is humorous. Elijah is has been sent to the brook. The brook has dried. When the brook has dried, he said, the Lord sent him now to a more desperate case, the window. Kama tungekuwa sasa tunaongea maneno ya Deliverance Church Zimmerman tungesema alitumwa kwa navigator. Yeah? He was sent to a certain navigator. This navigator is struggling. Yet the Lord has chosen to use that navigator. And by the way, because I've been given this platform and I'm the president of the navigators, I pray that when you get a message concerning navigators, Unajibu. Hallelujah. Thank you for those who are in the house because you're supporting me. So I'm imagining, I looked at it and I said, maybe at the brook, that was a bachelor's. You know, Mungu anaperekanga mtu stages. Then anamtuma kwa the widow. Sasa hizi hapo ni masters. You know, God is amusing. And for everything that happens in our lives, the Lord has a purpose. And I don't want us to dwell so much. I want us to look at. But there's also something I wanted to picture. You know the ravens. Kwetu zinaitangwa mahuru. And I'm imagining this raven is the one the Lord was using to supply the man of God, Elijah. From where I come from, if somebody called you a ihuru, that means that you are a glutton. You will eat until you have had enough. That is when you'd have something to spare. So I'm imagining the Lord is using a raven. I mean, there's somewhere I was reading and they were saying, the raven was delivering hot dogs. You know, in Asema, every day and every morning and every evening there was meat. This was continental, you know. Si kila wakati hata wewe najua si wakati wote unawezanga kukula nyama asubuhi na nyama jioni. Usually unakuanga na mpango because also it requires more money. But I want to look at what God can do. I know you are in that place. The same Lord who provided the brook you have been drinking from. He has not changed. Hallelujah. The same Lord who gave you that job and that business that was thriving. The same God is the one who is able to do it even now. And I want us to look at a few practical ways or a few things that can help us. And one of them is you have to have faith in God and have faith of God. Those are two statements. Faith in God and faith of God. Because when you talk about the faith of God, we are talking about the character of God. Acknowledge or act accordance to the belief. So we are saying the same Lord who provided the source then, even now, he has not changed. It may not come like you had thought. It may not come the way it has been coming. But the fact is, and the truth of the matter is that it will come. So have the faith in God and have the faith of God. And I think when those who have had small children and they have bought them bikes, normally you start with a tricycle. Because tricycle inakuanga na tumiguu ingine extra hapa nyuma. And after they are done with after they have known how to ride, normally you buy them a bike now that is two-wheeler. Ile ingine unatoa. That is what the Lord wants to do to us today. Or in this season. Maybe umekuwa hapo na umekuwa, you know, a tricycle is so easy. Even anybody who does not know how to balance, when they have a tricycle, they'll be able to use it. But now miguu imetolewa. What will you do? You have to learn to go to the next level. And I want to give an example of what my brook has dried severally, not once. And I remember just before the election of 2017, we had done, sometimes I do government work, and we had done so much work, and unfortunately, kama kuna politician anisikia, sometimes they use our money to market themselves. So that we had done so much work and we had not been paid. So my brook literally dried. I had nothing. I was owed so much money, yet I did not have money. And I thought to myself, there came this opportunity of people going to be presiding officers. And I thought, I have a degree, I have papers, and I'm here. Where what I've been doing in normal circumstances it is at a stop. What do I do? For the first time, I worked for government in terms of being employed. And I went for the interview, I took my CV, and I was taken. And thank God the elections were repeated twice. The brook dried, it lost on one side, but on my side I benefited because I was a presiding officer twice. So I got money. So this is the same case that we are trying to do. That valley could also be creating an opportunity. I'm sure it was so bad for us to repeat elections, but some of us, we benefited, and maybe a number of you did. And then the other thing we have to do is learn to readjust. Learn to readjust. I'm looking at Elijah. He was a prophet of God. He had lived with the king. So meaning that he had lived in areas where there was constant supply. But now the Lord is sending him. And you know, in the scenario when he's in the brook and he's fed every morning, every evening, and there's everything to be provided for. But now comes, he has to go and beg a window. How about himself and tell the woman, please make for me a piece of bread. Humble yourself. It doesn't matter whether you have been a CEO earning a 7-figure. You know, you have been earning $1 million. Yes, we know it. But now a season has come and that 7-figure is not there. Humble yourself. If Elijah did, you can also do it. The other thing I want us to look at is the second point. We have said we have the faith in God and the faith of God. We are also going to do something. We're going to call mindset change. Adapt to new ways. Stay alert. Stay alert to the market. What is the market demanding now? The market right now may not be demanding guo za take because watu wanatafuta. You know, look at what the market demands. And I know Irene Moredi did not tell me to quote her or PDI. I know she has taught us a lot about emotional quotient, the EQ, and the IQ, the intelligent quotient. But today I want us to learn another one, which is called the adaptability quotient. The AQ, please adapt. Adapt to the conditions in the market. The third point, and I want us to run so fast. Oh gosh, the time is running so fast. Be innovative and creative. Study the trends. Don't copy. Don't do what everybody else is doing. But be innovative and be creative. Study the trends and see what do you require to do at a certain time. And when this season started, and of course schools closed around March, almost every job went to a halt. And I stayed 2 weeks at home and I was wondering, hey, I'm not used to this. And I woke up and asked myself, what is it that I can do? Si wakati wa kuuza sanitizer. Niliuza sanitizer. And then I realized sanitizer, sasa masks zimemekiwa compulsory. There's a market. What you need to do is just identify where can you buy the mask? Where can you sell the mask? People are in need of different things. So what you are saying, study the market, know the trend. And I remember when plastics were banned, there are some people who had studied and they had kept following what the government was saying about the banning of plastics. You know what they did? Early enough, before everybody, they went to China and ordered the Nanuven. There are people who became millionaires in 2 weeks. Why? Because they had studied the trend. They knew the government was going to ban the plastics. What were people going to use to carry? And if you went to town that time, kila mtu si alikuwa anaenda, in fact, there was even buying in a hurry. So those people made money. So what are you doing? Seize any opportunity that comes. We're also going to seek new partnerships and relationships. Seek new partnerships and relationships. Every new opportunity you get will attract different partners. Every new opportunity you get will attract different partners. And I know some of you became my customers. When now everybody is selling masks and everybody is selling sanitizer, I thought, now, what else am I going to do? And I thank God that I have a car, which is a pickup. And the next thing I landed in Gatonde when I was getting pineapples. And I sold. And you know, because it's not very easy to sell, especially when not in the market, nitafuta watu wanakuanga na filimbi. So you know those ones when say 50-50, 50-50, you know? Even me, I had my own filimbi. So when he's blowing his, even me, I'm blowing mine. And that is what, and I never stayed home. So what are we saying? Study the trend. Get the opportunities that are available at that particular point. Stop talking about when I used to. Those I used to, the glory of yesterday will not help you today. So please readjust. Another point is that put the turbulence in perspective. Put the turbulence in perspective because turbulence will come. Si mawimbi lazima ikuje. If you have been in a flight, you know what happens. And when you are told buckle up because you are experiencing turbulence, even right now as a nation and even as a globe, we are experiencing turbulence. So put the turbulence in perspective because life is a book of chapters. And I know those things we are going to come and motivate you to start a business and everything. Motivation will get you started because we are all going to show you how possible it is to do. But commitment is what will keep you going. That is why you find some people will start, and then they'll give up because maybe they had not calculated well. But motivation gets you started, but commitment keeps you going. Personally, I think I've been through so much learning. One, I'm a trained teacher, for those who don't know. I even have a TSC number, 423-545-45. That's my TSC number. And although I never taught, I think TSC should pay me for the months that I taught for probation. And then I moved from there. I studied actuarial science. I was, I think, in the second class that did postgraduate in actuarial science. And that landed me in the bank for a number of years. And I also felt that I needed to grow more. And I moved from the bank, and I decided to become a self-made engineer. Nowadays I'm called a self-made engineer. Although I'm making myself already, I'm going to class for the same. So adjust. Wacha niachae kusema wakati nilikuanga banka, ati nilikuanga hivi. Apana, let me look at the current situation. Because if you keep, imagine if Elijah kept looking at the dry brook. So unajua hapa kulikauka, in fact, kuna mahali nilikuwa nasoma, kulikauka, wind ikakuja, kukaanza kuwa mpaka na cracks. You know those who have places where there is cotton soil? When it is so dry, you'll find cracks that unaweza ingia ndani. Imagine if Elijah just focused on those cracks. He would not have gone where the Lord wanted him to be. Then the other point is, do intelligent cost cutting. When the brook ran dry, do intelligent cost cutting. We have not just talked about, remember the key word here is intelligent. Intelligent cost cutting. Don't wake up one morning and do everything drastic. Uko hapo kwako unaambia watu, hakuna mkate from today, hakuna nini, hakuna. No. Let it be intelligent. Then move a bit. Leo tunaweza kata hii, kesho tukate hii ingine. Adjust. Don't just be there. I know there are ladies who say, me, I can only use Nivea. And maybe Nivea costs 600 shillings. Sasa your brook has dried. Sasa utaanza kukopa ndio ununue Nivea. Adjust. Nunua Nice and Lovely. Na maisha isonge. Yes. Kuna watu wengine, people struggle even to come and visit you because wanasemanga, huyo, we are not too sure anatumianga vitu gani. They are not very sure. But please adjust. Adjust and also do intelligent cost cutting. Kama ni unga ya ngano unahitaji, tenda ukute X maybe inatoka 130. Na kuna nyingine inaitwa Mama Safi na ni 95 na ulikuwa unataka kukula chapo. Are you going to miss kukula chapo? Nunua Mama Safi. Then next time when things are okay, go back to your brand. Okay? I hope we are getting somewhere. Sharpen your listening skills. People are different. And everybody you meet has something they know that you don't. So do not ignore them. Where maybe we have reached, like when I say I'm a self-made engineer, that means that I work under people. Yes, I am their boss, but most of the times I tap from them. So we work together because everybody comes and they know more than what you do. So sharpen your listening skills. Do not ignore them. Then over-communicate. Tell yourself positive things every day. Over-communicate to yourself. Tell yourself positive things every day. Because this is just a period. This is just a season that is coming to an end. So you can imagine if you beat up yourself and start saying, I thought I would do this by this time and I haven't been able to do this. We are remembering the book of, I think it should be Philippians 4 verse 4 that says, rejoice in the Lord always. You are reminded, always. It is not when things are only okay. It is rejoice in the Lord always. In the book of 1 Samuel chapter 30 and I think verse 6, where David encouraged himself in the Lord. Encourage yourself in the Lord. It doesn't matter how things are. Talk positive to yourself. Encourage yourself in the Lord. Your network is your net worth. There are so many things that you're going to learn, and there are so many businesses you're going to do because of networking. I personally belong to a number of networking groups, many of them. And the things we have done in this season, sometimes there are some people who think Facebook is not, you are staying on net too much. It's easy to call Facebook Live. So it is a good platform, yeah? It is also a good platform for you to make money. You only need to identify who has what, vet them a bit, look out for who needs what, and there you get an opportunity. Please make use of these platforms for you to better yourself. If I tell you the number of groups I belong to, you'll be surprised, but let me just give a few. There's a group that we call Women Growing Together, and we sell so many things. We are in a WhatsApp group. I'm also a member of the Women in Business. That's a recognized body even in Kenya. In fact, the last time, I think, when President Uhuru was talking during Madaraka Day, that is one of the groups that was recognized. I belong to that group, Women in Business. There's a subscription amount you pay, but you get so much benefit from it. I'm also in a group called Kenya in Business. Yes, and we are doing something. I'm in Construction Network because of my work as well. I'm also invited to many forums, BNI, those who have heard of BNI, there's GNI, there's Destiny Network. There are so many other. Please network, because that is the only way you will get to a lot of information that you don't know. And because today we are in a ladies' meeting, there is something that was introduced in the year 2016. It's called AGPO. And maybe some of you are in business and you don't know AGPO. And let me tell you, people say that you get tenders because you bribe. When I got into the construction industry, that is one of the things that helped me to get into government. The AGPO. Apply for those jobs. Now, you know the problem is, you are applying, but you're saying, lazima watu wa bribed you wapewe hiyo kazi. Apply with faith, and in faith, and you are going to get it. Thank you, Pastor Ashok, because you have invited me to a group called Africans Leading Ladies. I'm getting there. Nikizungu natafuta dioni. So that I'm able to, their women are scoring big. Every crisis presents an opportunity. Every crisis presents an opportunity. So open your eyes and you will see them. Let me tell you, this COVID has come with, some have lost jobs, but some are making a lot of money. Some are doing it because they have chosen to look at it positively. They have chosen, so even, because this season is not, I'm not saying it is not ending, but I'm saying we are in it. So you cannot keep complaining, waking up so sad that, oh, you know, I should have been in school, I should have been wherever, and those kind of things. I one time led a magazine. I'd gone to CIC, one of the offices, when they used to be on Harabe House, and I read a magazine somewhere. And the title was Wearing Marketing Glasses. And when I was reading that magazine, I was presented with a challenge. This country had the top, I think they looked at 5 top marketers. I think, sales, you know, sometimes I don't differentiate sales and marketing, but anyway, ziko karibu karibiana. They got 5 people and they were being told, they were being recruited to go and sell fridges. Let's assume they were working for LG. And they were being recruited to go and sell fridges in the Eskimo land. The Eskimo land is where it is very, very cold. These are the 5 top marketers in the country. Let's assume it's in Kenya. And some of them would come and say, oh, it is selling the same product in Eskimo land, I'm out. The other one, I am out. But one said, bring it on, I'm going to take it. I'm going to sell the fridges to the Eskimos. You know what this person looked at? Until you plug in a fridge, that is when it gets cold. But as long as you haven't, it is a cabinet. It is a cabinet. So you can use it to store whatever. And you know, the more the place is cold, you are sure there is no tiba. So if there is no tiba, hawana kabati hizi tunakuanga nazo, hakuna hata MDF ama nini. So this guy took up the challenge. And they went and sold the fridges and really scored well because that was a good product. So you are looking at it, a fridge. You're only looking at it from the point that it makes your food cold. But look at it from another dimension. We are in a good season. And I normally attend a meeting, a Zoom meeting with people from South Africa every Saturday, 7 o'clock in the evening, 7:30. And there's this time we are discussing something they are calling the Global Round Table. The Global Round Table was formed by a group of people who are praying. And they thought, Christians, can't we realize, can't we give this opportunity to one another? And before COVID, before we started not coming to church, that Wednesday before that we had shared in our midweek service, where we are taking this and taking the other. And at one point I was asking myself, if something happens to somebody of this church, the first people that you target, either your home cell people or your group members or everything. But if you want to buy a product and there's a lady in your group who is selling the same product, maybe at the same price, you don't buy from them. Yet when you have something to be helped, these are the first people that you run to. Brethren, we need to change. And one of the things we are asked, we are told, we are in a season of wealth transfer. Do you qualify? How do you qualify to be in that? Because you are faithful. If there is a sister who needs, if I know, kwanza unajua wengine tunakuanga na kaishu, hata uulizi mtu, WhatsApp group unaonanga added. Have you dared to ask that person, what is it that we can assist each other? If it's serious that they sell, please give us at a good price. Then we can buy from you. So that when it comes to when we are supposed to support you, it will be easy. So when at your own time, you can Google that group. It's called Global Round Table. And it's purely a Christian-based group. And the other thing I want to say, I want us, the media team, to give us Ecclesiastes chapter 11 and verse 2. Ecclesiastes 11 verse 2. Are we there? Ecclesiastes 11 verse 2. I can quote if they haven't found it in NIV. Invest in 7 ventures. Yes, in 8. You do not know what disaster may come upon the land. Ecclesiastes, yes, it's there. Invest in 7 ventures. Yes, in 8. You do not know what disaster may come upon the land. And of course, I was looking at this scripture from an investor's point of view. That, you know, sometimes you invest in one and all you're there, you're relying on that one source of income. Expand. Look for more opportunities. Kama unafanya hii na unafanya ingine na unafanya ingine. Keep learning. Keep reading. There's a book, and because we're in a girls' meeting, there's a book called Nice Girls Don't Get the Corner Office. I don't know how many have read that book. Nice Girls Don't Get the Corner Office. Please look for that book. I think even in textbook center you can get it. Nice Girls Don't Get the Corner Office. It is so inspirational. It will teach, by the way, one of the things it will show you is the mistakes that sasa unanikuta pale nikiuza mananasi na like I'm supposed to apologize. At, you know, these jobs did, no. It is a time for me to sell the pineapples. And by the way, I saw the pineapples for some time. I saw domas, I saw avocado. And then in the middle of me selling, my mainstream job started flowing. So I went back to my work. I stopped there, whatever I was doing. So nice girls don't get the corner. Don't apologize for what you're doing. Please wake up. Please wake up. Hata kama ni kutembeza vitu, katakata hiyo melon tembeza. At you're feeling at nitakutana na brethren. So what? Please wake up, and I know you're going to be blessed. I read somewhere that when you connect, you collect. And I know after this you'll be connecting with the altar and the word of God. When you connect, you collect. You connect with the altar, you collect your blessings. And I want to encourage everyone. You see, maybe somebody has been given tithe or has been paying offering because tumekuja kanisa jirani yako asikuone. Now we have come to a time where you give because the Lord has given to you. If you don't have to explain to anyone. The Lord himself understands. And I pray that all of us have been blessed by that sharing. We are coming to the close of it. And one of the things that I would really want to say is that, and I think I had even said it earlier, all valleys have value. The valley you are in right now, please look for a value. There are people who have gone to digital marketing. I know there are people who are learning even Forex. I am not saying that you need to get to any of those. I am just saying, please, when you're in this valley, get value. Do something else. There's somebody, when we were going to the market, I introduced her, and she told me, after maybe the things are back, she doesn't see herself going back to her office. Why? Because she learned that there are other things that somebody can do. And I want to come to the end of our sharing. I went so fast. I hope we are blessed of the Lord. And I don't know whether there's a song that sings that you are not man. You are God who opens doors that no man can shut. I don't know whether it's possible as we wind up, we have a few seconds, that you're not a man. You are God who opens doors that no man can shut.